Last name, Charles Lester. Look, it's like a lottery ball. Don't do that to me. I'm here for the people. I gotta ask the tough questions here. I don't believe anything, right? It just feels like it's a massive troll. Like watching his commitment, just nothing feels legitimate. But he keeps saying that we're heavily recruiting him and he's planning on making a visit in December. Do you feel like there's a possibility, or is he just, again, taking the advantage of visiting?
Yeah, so I think there's one contingency on if I think he's being if he's legitimately listening to Florida. I will say Florida is recruiting him now. Early on in the process, they weren't super high on him. He committed to Florida State, and for whatever reason, that evaluation changed. Now they really like him. They really are trying to get him back on campus. If he shows up twice before he signs, I think there's a legitimate chance that Florida has.
Okay.
Now that would be showing up to probably the Arkansas game, and then also showing up to Florida State or an official visit in December. Now, if he shows up for both of those games and an official visit, I mean, obviously the interest is real, and I think any defensive back would be doing themselves a disservice if they didn't at least hear out Corey Raymond. Obviously, we're talking about the best defensive backs coach in college football. I don't think there's anybody that would debate that. Maybe somebody at Georgia or Florida State would try to debate it, but his track record speaks for itself. So any defensive back in the country, if you're being recruited by Corey Raymond, whether he was at LSU, now that he's at the University of Florida, you would be doing yourself a disservice if you don't at least go visit with him and listen to what he has to say. You don't have to go play for him, but I think Lester is doing exactly that. He's hearing Corey Raymond out, and if he does continue to show up on campus for another game and then for an official visit, then I think there's a legitimate opportunity there for Florida. But if he only shows up for an official visit in December and doesn't show up for another game day atmosphere, I think he's just taking his visits.
I love it, man. I love that we can go 40 minutes strong and it feels like it's been 5 minutes. Absolute blast as always. 415 strong, Connor Clark. All listening to you talk because you're dropping nothing but bombs here. Again, we love it when you hop on here, man. Be sure, guys, go follow him on Twitter. He's always tweeting a little pizzazz out there and so often and dropping a lot of cool information about a lot of recruits across the state of Florida. I mean, just dropping knowledge about everybody. So many cool backstories. He's constantly involved with it. Incredible. And again, can't ever thank you enough, man, for being one of our first guests on here and making us believe that we're actually know what we're doing here. So I always got to show thank you and much love, man. Be good and go Gators, man.